Hey Geek Say What fans, it's Alex and Jason here at the Long Beach Comic Expo, and we're here with one of the stars from X-Men, Arrow, the DC Animated Universe, and of course, my personal favorite, Phineas and Ferb, Miss Kelly Who.
Is that really your favorite?
Oh my gosh, I'm such a big Phineas and Ferb fan.
She never stops talking about it on the podcast.
It's such a good show.
It really is.
Right, or was.
I know.
So sad.
And it was written for adults. That's what I liked about it. It was a kid's show, but there was so much adult humor in it.
Exactly. And I think that like so many of the jokes went over the kids' heads, but they didn't care because it was so much fun anyway.
Absolutely.
And then it made it like fun enough for the parents to watch it with the kids.
Which
right?
is the whole point to me, to getting the family bonding time where parents aren't clicking it on and walking away.
Exactly. I don't have kids, but I get that.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Now you've done a lot of animated and you've done a lot of live on screen. Which is more difficult for you and why?
They both have their little things, you know. I mean, what I love about doing voiceover is that you get to concentrate on just one thing. Like, you don't have to worry about what you look like or where you're standing or if somebody's blocking your light or any, you know, you don't have to worry about tucking in your stomach.
Right.
But the hard part is, and the fun part too, is that you get to play these characters that are not really in your age range. So I can play little girls, old ladies, I can play monsters, and you know, like, so you have to come up with all of these different sort of characters and just find them in your voice. It's, you know, some of these people that I work with are unbelievable. I mean, just like thousands and thousands of characters living inside them. I'm not one of those, you know. But I love the challenge. I love being able to come up with, you know, a bug voice. You know, it's like you see this character and you're like, okay, she's a bug lady. Like, what is that going to sound like? But you know, it's on-camera stuff is fun too.
When you find those voices, is it one of those things where you kind of have to test it out and then you find what feels right for the character, or do you ever just look at it and go, oh no, I got this?
Usually it takes a bit. You know, when I have to record my own auditions, for instance,
right.
I do it several times before I, you know, get the voice down right or the inflections down right. Oftentimes I'll do like the first line, you know, I don't know, 20 times.
Wow.
Before I go, okay, that's where I want this to go. So yeah, it depends. Sometimes it is easier, you know, but sometimes when you have to really come up with something sort of, you know, character-y, then it takes a few more tries.
Now, all these characters that you've done, a lot of them kind of brought you into the geek world. Have you done a Comic-Con before, or is this kind of your first Comic Expo con?
Have I done more other Comic Cons?
Conventions, yeah.
Oh, are you kidding?
Lots.
This is my life. Yeah, this is kind of what I do. This is my peeps.
Do you ever
over
get
here.
to walk around and like sneak peeks at stuff?
Oh yeah, I do. But I travel all over the world. You know, there are Comic Cons going on all over the world now.
know. Last
year I was in Jakarta, Dubai. This year I'm going to Barbados. I was also in London last year.
Wow.
I'm going to Germany, Costa Rica.
That's
You know,
amazing.
it is amazing. And what I love about it is that it spans over all like cultures. Everybody loves comic books, and everybody gets super excited and dressed up, and they all have this thing in common.
That's awesome.
Now, you know, getting to work with so many different characters, these pop culture icons.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a pop culture icon wish list? Like anybody that you've ever wanted to play?
You know, there's not a lot of characters that are written for Asians. I mean, people are writing more now. You know, and in this last Spider-Man series that I did, Spectacular Spider-Man, there was a very, very minor character in the comics that they decided to bring into the series. You know, things like that happen. But yeah, unfortunately, there haven't been a lot of Asian-based characters to be able to sort of choose from.
You know, and I'm really glad you brought that up too, just because for me personally, I know that you've done a whole lot of work for the social betterment of Asian Americans. Getting to be in this sort of medium, you know, do you think we experience, as Asian Americans, we experience this medium differently from everybody else? How do you think we experience it differently?
I think so. I think growing up, you know, there were not a lot of people to look up to in television or film. There was Nancy Kwan, who did those amazing musicals, I remember as a kid. There was George Takei on Star Trek. But now, at least, the networks and the studios are beginning to realize that we need to bring in more Asian characters. So there's not just like minor characters or, these tiny little roles that are being sort of, like thrown at us like a bone, There are some nicer, meatier, lead characters that are coming in. Especially for men, which I think it's been really hard for Asian men for so many years. And just within the last few years, I think you've been really seeing a lot more Asian men being cast in lead roles.
Thank
Yeah.
Now, before we sign off, is there anywhere you would like fans to go check out anything from you, social media, websites that you would like to plug?
Well, I'm on, Facebook and Twitter as Kelly Hu. I'm the Kelly Hu because somebody else took my name on Instagram. And yeah, I'm always posting on all my travels, all my Comic Cons, everything.
Awesome. So if you guys would like to check her out, please make sure you go on to social media. And before we sign off, there's one more thing we always have to do that drives Jason crazy, is we say, Geek Say, what?
Okay. Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Geek Say, what?
I didn't hear you.
You've never
I never say it. I never say it.
Bye, guys. We'll see you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck, you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, we very
Take
much
care.
appreciate that.
No problem.